I had only two sales today, and they were pretty low value items. And normally I would be upset about that, but today I'm not feeling too upset because if you watched yesterday's video, I was talking about how somebody came on my porch in the morning and I thought they took my packages that were going out. I usually leave my packages for my carrier to pick up. And it was a pretty good weekend. I thought I had 12 packages, but it actually turned out there were 13. And they added up to like $350, maybe something like that. So I didn't want to lose that money. But more than that, I didn't want to take the hit from having 13 orders go unfulfilled on eBay. That would really affect my seller rating and potentially put me out of business for a little while. So I planned on getting up this morning and calling the post office as soon as I could and ask them, can you tell me if somebody picked up these packages or not? And I didn't have to do that, but I woke up this morning, I grabbed my phone first thing and looked at my eBay app, and all of those packages, the tracking number showed that they had been scanned at my local post office. And in some cases, they were even like already at none of them had been delivered yet, but some of them are already in the town at the post office that serves the address that they're being delivered to. So, people give the USPS a lot of guff, I guess, complain about it a lot. But I mean, it's pretty incredible that I could put a package on my porch on Monday and it's 2 states away the next day. I mean, it's crazy. And it costs $4, $6. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, so that dramatic experience has panned out and everything is fine with that. So I don't know who that lady was. I don't know what she was doing on my porch. She did not knock on the door or ring the doorbell. She just stood on the porch looking at my packages, and apparently that was all she wanted to do. Come up, take a look, get out. So she didn't steal anything from me. So we're feeling good, even though, like I said, today's order's pretty dismal. But I did some listing on a video the other day, and in that video I was talking about how I stopped at this would have been on Sunday of last weekend. There was a Facebook Marketplace listing for it was called Community Free Day, and that's what the person listed it as on Facebook. But really, it was just a garage sale that nothing had prices on it. It was just come and take whatever you want. So I'm not sure the reason. I don't know why this lady was just giving everything away, but she was. And so I went there, talked to her for a little while, and picked up a few things. And it turns out, every single thing I picked up is worth selling. I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to just show you these. I think I have listings started. I've got drafts on every one of these items. So all I have to do for these now is take photos and get them into my eBay shop. So look for these things over the next couple of days. Right now, I'm just going to show you everything. So I have it all set up here. This is my photo booth. So I'm going to put my camera down and try to go through these things one at a time and tell you what I got and what I think it's going to sell for. So, okay, first things first, I got this pair of shoes here. These are not special shoes. I think they sell these at Walmart. It's called High Tech, HITEC. I never heard of them before, but when I was Googling them, I did see that they sell them at Walmart. I don't know if that means it's a Walmart brand or not, but they're in really very good condition. Like, I bet they were only worn 2 times at most. And it seems like they sell pretty regularly on eBay for like $24, which, it's not a huge amount of money, but I got them for free. So it's going to add up. So I'm going to get my calculator out on my phone here and add these numbers up as we go. So we'll see how much money total I'm going to be making from this one garage sale. Okay, next up there were all these Pez dispensers there, and I don't know anything about Pez dispensers. I have no way of telling like if they're vintage, if they're new, if they're valuable or not. The only way I can do it is by looking them up on eBay. So I brought these 15 Pez dispensers home. It looks like 14 of them are total, like maybe you sell them for $1, maybe for $2. It's hard to give an exact amount on them, but they don't sell for much, and the sell-through rate is no good. So I'm listing all 4 of these together. I mean, all 14 of these together. It looks like generally you put a bunch of Pez dispensers together and you can sell them for about $2.50 a piece. So I took this 14, divided it or multiplied it by 250, came up with a number, and I decided $28.99. So let's add $29. Okay. This one, however, is a little rubber duck one. Doesn't look too special, and it doesn't have anything on it that would tell me what it's worth. And it's not worth a lot, but it's like $12 to $15. So not too bad. I'm willing to sell this guy for 12 bucks. So I'm going to put 12 in here. Okay, what should we look at next? Okay, this is a pair of Under Armour. They're like base layer compression pants. The lady told me that her son was a rower in high school, and these were his base layer. This is what he wore while he was doing rowing. I'm not sure where they do rowing in the Chicago area. I mean, I guess there is the river and everything, but we're not really that close to the river. Anyway, I looked these up. They seem to sell for, like, even in used condition, for 25 bucks. So I'm going to sell those. I'm going to list those for 25 and see if we can get them. So let's add that. This kid must have been a student at Lane Tech, which is a high school, Chicago area high school. I'm assuming that he went to the one that's over in Norwood Park, and I believe it's the school that they based the movie Grease, the play, and then the movie. So I don't know if these shorts have any value as a high school gym clothes, but maybe they do, because this brand, it's called A4. They just make. I mean, I don't know what they make, but what I found was other gym shorts exactly the same as this. Some of them from different schools and some of them from different organizations, different colors. And they were selling for like $12 a piece. So I'm going to list these $12 a piece. This would be a nice, easy multiple, what do they call it? It's a listing where you can have more than one item, multi-quantity listing. So I'll do those. That's $12 each. That's $24. So let's add that to the list. All right, these, I don't know if these are special or not. They're sweatpants and they have the 7-Eleven logo on them. And this other leg, it says, "Oh, thank heaven." And then on this side, 7-Eleven. I can't even guess if these are something that 7-Eleven just licensed out their name and somebody made clothing with their name on it, or if these could possibly have been given away, or maybe they were employee gifts or I don't think they would have employees wearing sweatpants as a uniform at the 7-Eleven, but maybe, I don't know. So there's no listings of these at all. I'm going to assume, like, no listings current, no listings sold, none in the last 3 years through product research. I'm just going to assume these are worth a little bit, and I'm going to put a $25 price on them. Hopefully they sell. If they don't, I'll put them down to $9 and get rid of them, or I'll just put them in a yard sale one day. So I'm adding $25 to my tally here. All right, next up, I just put those Pez dispensers in here, but this is a club aluminum. It's called hammered. It's got like a hammered texture on it. It's obviously supposed to have a lid. This is like a roaster. You can make a chicken in it or something. I used to have club aluminum pots and pans that my mom gave me when I first moved out of the house. And at some point I got rid of them because I was reading about cooking in aluminum was not so great for your brain. That's what they were saying at the time. So I just threw those in the garbage, and I should probably have sold them because they hold some value. Like this pot, if it had the lid on it, it was all in good condition, is probably like $60 to $75. Obviously I don't have the lid, and it's not in a bad condition, but I'm not going to try to clean all of this burnt on grunge off of it. So I'm going to try to get $25 for this. And again, if I lower the price, it'll be okay. So let's add 25 to the tally. That one's done. All right, there was a cookbook there. I always pick up these look like small run independent press, these comb bound or spiral bound cookbooks if they're cheap. This one was free, so I definitely picked it up. And most of them aren't worth anything, but occasionally you run across one that's worth kind of a lot of money for one reason or another. Like who knows what makes one worth more than another. If they're not worth anything, you can bundle them up, and people collect these community cookbooks. This one is called Sister Antoinette's Favorite Recipes, and it was published in Hawaii. This version is 1996. It looks like the original was probably 1991. And this one is signed. It says, "God bless your cooking, Sister M. Antoinette." So I don't know what the M is. It says M here too. So Sister Antoinette just goes by M. Anyway, there's a couple of copies of this that sold for like 30 bucks. I don't think those were signed, and so I'm not gonna try to get too much for it because of the sell-through rate seems pretty low. So I'm gonna put $32.99, try to get that for it, and that's a pretty good book. 32 bucks. Assuming I get that, I'll be okay with it. Okay, a CD. This is a double CD set. It's the Orbital. I think they're sort of a techno band. I'm not exactly sure. Sorry about my phone going off. I forgot to turn the notifications off. Anyway, 2 CD. It's even in used condition. The discs are nice and clean. If this was sealed, it's probably $35, but as it is, 11 bucks. So at 11, and then a pair of shoes. Another pair of shoes. These are Keens. I think they're like, Keen is known for like walking shoes and hiking shoes. These I'm going to guess based on the condition that they were worn exactly one time. They do have a little bit of evidence that they've been walked on the bottom, but not much. They look super clean. Inside is super clean. Everything about these is nice. So these sell, like if these are brand new, they sell for like 150 bucks. I saw one pair that was not new, that was similar to this in condition, and they sold for like 78, but most of them used are selling for like between $40 and $60. So I'm going right in the middle. I got them for free. I don't want to hang on to them forever trying to get $70 for them. I'm just going to list them at 50, add it to the tally here, and then I think they should go pretty quick. Their size, I can't remember if they're 11 or 12. These are size 12, so a little bigger. If they were 10.5 or 11, I think they might sell faster, but I think these will sell pretty quickly. Okay, so how much money is that total? So that's $257 for getting up early on Sunday morning and driving 20 minutes across town to this free sale. And if I had gotten there a little earlier, I probably would have found a lot better stuff, because I know for sure there was a digital camera there that, based on their photos, looked to be one similar to this. And this one I'm probably going to sell for at least $100. So that's it. That's everything I got from a free sale. Right now, I'm going to grab the 2 orders that came in today and get them packed up and shipped out of here. So hang on for 1 second. I'll pack those 2 things up, and then I'll tell you exactly how much money I made today. I think it's going to be like 30 bucks. So not a great day. So hang on. Okay, we're back. These are the 2 orders that came in today. I pulled them out of a box and got them ready to ship. So we're going to do that in 1 second. But first, let's add yesterday's sales, Monday, to the board here. It was 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still Tuesdays in the lead. So keeping that in mind. And then let's get these 2 things packed. All right, I'm gonna try one of these and one of these and see if these will do the job. I think this little tube of St. Ives is going to, it's going to Puerto Rico. So this, I'll probably want to, oh no, it's going to Florida, which might then go on to Puerto Rico. I don't know. I want to make sure it's in a box that won't get too smashed up. Yeah, this is fine. Paper, I can hear this clock ticking, so I was worried that maybe it doesn't work anymore after it's been in storage for a while, but seems to be working fine. Somebody messaged me today, this little tube of, I'm not sure what St. Ives is. It's an apricot scrub, I guess. It is, I had it listed for like $18.99, which I think was actually a pretty good price because it comes with a little bonus tube and it seems like 18 bucks is probably a good price on it, but it's been listed for a while, so it got into my sale. It was one of my sale items, so I think it was down to 15 something. And then somebody sent me a message today saying, will you take 10? And I'm like, I'm looking at how much I paid for it, and I paid $3 for it. This scale keeps turning off. I'm not sure what the problem is. Is our power going out every day? 13 ounces. So I paid $3 for this. I can't sell it for 10. That'd be, I'm not going to make any money on this at all at that price. So I wrote back to him and I said, it's already on sale, but I can give you an extra 10% off the sale price. So it was $14.40. And like I said, it's going to Florida to someone named ERS. Okay. This is going to be a quick packing session today. I have right here a baby Ben, Westclock's baby Ben. There's big Bens and baby Bens, and they're not that much difference in size, really. The big Bens are just slightly bigger. And they made those clocks in slightly different variations for, I don't know, 50 years maybe, Westclocks. And I think they're cool. I like them. They're hand-wound alarm clocks, bedside clocks. They're not. I guess there's probably some that have a better value. I'm not sure exactly, but I just like them. So if I find them for $1 or $2 or even $3, maybe I buy them just because I like them. They're not really repairable. So if you get one that's not working, they're not easily repairable. They're built to be cheap. If you get one that's not working, you're probably not going to be able to fix it, but you might be able to sell it for parts or something. I don't know that they're valuable enough to waste the time selling them for parts, but I sold this one for 20 bucks and I paid $2.50 for it. This came from an estate sale. I kind of remember this sale. They had maybe 4 or 5 of these clocks, and I offered them a certain amount for them. Maybe I offered them $5 for all of them, and they were like, "Oh no, not those. Those are vintage clocks." So they weren't willing to sell them to me for that price, but we did come to some kind of a price that I must have been happy with, I guess, because I did buy it. Ben, 10 ounces, and this box is 6 by 5 by 5, and it's going. Let's see, where's it going? Georgia to GR. I think a lot of people have had these on their bedside table since the 1960s or whatever, and then they just want, maybe that one broke and they just want to keep consistency and they want the same one. Okay, I'm going to buy these labels and then I'll come back and tell you total proceeds for the day. Okay, that's it. Just those 2 packages. I'll put those out at the porch tomorrow morning. I'm just going to keep risking that even after my scare here. I'm going to continue to do that. I'm maybe in the future, if I have something exceptionally valuable, I won't do that, but we'll see. Okay, speaking of exceptionally valuable, we made $25 today total, exactly $25 even. So not a great day by any means, but like I said earlier, we're just going to have a positive attitude because a serious disaster was averted. Okay. The big Ben, the baby Ben, the little clock sold for $20 plus $7.53 shipping. eBay fees were $3.73, and the actual shipping cost was $5.41. So that ended up making a profit of $15.88. I hear Pineapple shaking. I didn't even know you were down here. Come here, bud. Come here. Why are you down here? Why is your mouth open? You okay, buddy? Oh, come here. You okay? You want to go upstairs? Okay, let's go. All right, we're almost done. We're gonna get him upstairs pretty quickly here. Okay, I said St. Ives earlier with a D, but it's actually St. Ives with a V. Apricot scrub. This is going to Florida, and it's earning me $9.21. So if I had sold that to that guy for $10, I probably would have made $3 on this. So I can't do that. So like I said, $25 even. So that's going to affect my average per day profit for the month of July. So right now that's at 108.79. Yesterday it was 111, almost 112. So yeah, that affected our average, but we're very far away from my goal of $170 a day, so it doesn't really bother me too much. So okay, that's it. Thank you. I really appreciate everybody who watches. I'm going to be back tomorrow night with another packing video, assuming we get more sales. I think tonight I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to end a big raft of listings and relist them and see if I can't boost some sales tonight or tomorrow. So, okay, thanks. We'll see you again soon. Bye.